back on Campaign to Cuellar.
Hi, everybody. And Comet here again.
Maybe he'll be here every week.
Hey, say hi, Comet.
He looks very comfortable. So another busy week. Is there such a thing as a non-busy week during a campaign? I don't think such a thing exists.
And we're months out still, and it's extremely busy.
Yeah. I had my real estate law midterm on Friday, so there was a lot of studying going on. I ran 7.5 miles on Saturday because I'm supposed to be prepping for a half marathon. And then we went to the Aransas County Democrats barbecue in Rockport. But there were a lot of people there, connected with a lot of leadership, other candidates, had some good food. So it was good. And then on Monday, I was back on my externship. I went to court for a little bit. Unfortunately, a fantasy football notification came on while I was in court. The judge was very upset.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
Yes.
Uh-oh. I bet it was
those
the
notifications.
ESPN.
Those notifications are killing me these days.
Dude, turn it off.
I've got to turn off those notifications.
I told you to turn it off.
So after a short time in court, not because of the notification, just because it was a short day in court, then I was with my attorney all day in his office.
Well, thanks for everybody for chiming in on our line that we're offering to everybody. And recently, everybody's asking Dr. Cuellar to talk about cities and what's happening in Chicago.
Yeah. So I want to provide background first because I feel like there's this whole narrative against cities. So I'm a lover of cities. And I don't know if I'm biased, but I want to provide my perspective. I will say that when I started loving cities, I was watching Fox News and I was a Republican. So the first time that I got the opportunity to live in the city was in Austin. So I got to do that for my clinical rotations. But I don't feel like it was really the full city life because I didn't really walk around downtown a lot. Sometimes I'd go downtown with maybe surgery residents. But I just didn't experience a ton. I had my first really good steak, though.
In Austin, Texas.
Yes. That was the first time someone told me, you've got to get it medium rare. I'm like, oh, this totally changed my life.
Life lesson.
Yeah. So then when I decided to choose a place to go for residency, I decided I'm probably going to be in Texas the rest of my life. So I want to try something different, at least for these 3 years. And so I got interviews at a lot of places. But when I went to Philadelphia, I kind of fell in love, and I really wanted to go to residency there. And luckily, I got my first choice residency at Temple University Hospital in Philadelphia. And those 3 years were amazing. It was the opportunity I'd always wanted as a kid to travel, and I got to live in that type of city and experience it very frequently, obviously outside of work. First time I went to a really nice museum, the Art Institute. Like that was like a kid in a candy store for me.
Yeah.
Like seeing paintings that I'd only seen in a book, running up the Rocky Steps, stuff like that. A lot of culture, a lot of good food, a lot of ethnic food that I'd never had before either. Like I'd never had Indian food. I'd never had Vietnamese pho. I'd never had Ethiopian food, Cuban food. So I was in love with Philly. And then I got to go to New York City, too, because it was fairly close by. We drove there a few times. I think one time we took the Chinatown bus. Also went to Atlantic City sometimes.
You should have fun out there, huh?
Yeah. So I'm very much a fan of cities, and I feel very comfortable. I'd walk in Philadelphia at all hours of the night. Obviously, I knew where not to go.
Right.
And around our hospital is actually dangerous. So we were told not to go out at night in the area. So you have to be careful. I think that's any city. I haven't been to Philly in a while. I know that maybe when Layla was 4 or 5, we went. What I do yearly now is go to New York City and Chicago. And I don't really understand the narrative.
Yeah.
Because I go to those cities all the time and I don't witness what the right-wing narrative is. For example, I was just in Chicago this summer, and we stayed by Rush University Medical Center, and there was a concert we were going to at the United Center, and we just walked like 20 minutes, and we walked at night. And it was fine. Like I wasn't even scared.
Yeah, I've lived in D.C.
Yeah.
Lived there, and same thing. You know, there's so many aspects to city life that we don't get in South Texas.
Yeah.
But it's a great experience. I feel all the kids should have that experience, at least visit and understand, to go outside of our bubble.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm going to DC next week. We'll see how it looks.
Like in terms of
The
some
National Guard all over the
law
place.
enforcement presence? Okay.
We'll see. I'll let you know.
I was wondering if you were saying it was going to be dangerous or
No,
something.
no, no. No. I'm just saying it's a different presence, right?
Yeah, but the culture in the big cities is just unmatched.
It's beautiful.
Like, I like going to all the museums, Shedd Aquarium in Chicago, going to baseball games, going to football games, basketball games. It's just a lot.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing like home, right? There's nothing like
Yeah.
the open fields around here, but it's a great experience to see how different people live.
Yeah.
And understand. And that's why it's so important to get someone like you in office, because you're familiar with how we live.
But I think it's also good to have both experiences and to like both experiences. There's not like this thing where you have to hate one and love the other. I think both are good in their own ways. I personally would be happy living in New York City full time.
I wouldn't, but it's good. I visit often, but no.
But I'm also good with living here full time.
Yeah.
So that brings me to what's happening now. So now the right wing's narrative against cities is starting to infiltrate this administration, which is crazy.
In the questions that people called in about it, was what's happening in Chicago is what they're referring to as the ICE raids.
Yeah. And so I also want to say that my brother lives in Chicago, my brother Justin. And that's a lot of the reason that I go to Chicago every year. He doesn't experience anything like what the narrative is, which is that it's this super dangerous city. You're going to get murdered every time you walk down the street. Like, it's nothing like that.
Right.
I mean, obviously, there's some dangerous areas, but you have to be aware of your surroundings and stay away.
Right. And I think, the policies that are going to be on your website as far as immigration, you understand that there are bad actors.
Of course.
In everything.
Right.
We're not saying don't go after them, but it's just heart-wrenching to see the videos.
Yeah. So now what's happening with ICE in Chicago, for whatever reason, I guess maybe this narrative against cities, the Trump administration wants to put a lot of ICE presence in the big cities like Chicago. And so the videos that they're putting out, they look like military scenes.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. You have these people in full military attire. They're also masked for some reason. They're spraying tear gas. They're knocking people down.
I'd be insulted that we would, that this administration thinks that anybody can just hop on and be an agent without any experience, without any formal training. That would be like the government saying we have a problem with ERs and they just get anybody off the street. We're going to give you $60,000 for student loans, and you get to be a doctor and a PA.
Yeah.
That's insulting because look at all the experience and training that these men and women have had to be in law enforcement. One
thing that I find interesting is the fact that they have been recruiting ICE agents with really sizable bonuses, like $50,000, $60,000 bonuses.
Right.
I think that's really interesting because how can we afford that, but we can't afford to give people affordable health care? That's crazy.
Right.
So I don't understand our priorities. We're very much terrorizing cities, terrorizing people, and spending all this money on it, but we can't take care of people as far as healthcare, as far as other things like SNAP benefits, things like that.
The priorities have shifted.
I've met someone who works with ICE agents, and I've been told that there's a quota. And so that tells you that there's not a focus on criminals.
Right.
There's a focus on just pure numbers and looking good with all the people that they're deporting.
Which was misleading.
But at the same time, I feel that the Trump administration really told us what they were going to do. The way that Trump spoke about immigrants during the entire campaign suggested that he didn't like immigrants, particularly Hispanic immigrants.
And they contribute so much to our economics.
Right, for sure. It's not just the ICE presence in Chicago. There's also National Guard that was sent in. And that was supposed to be to support ICE and to protect some certain areas. But it's this whole narrative of like, these are dangerous cities and we're going to have to take over because these cities with these Democrat mayors and Democrat governors can't handle it.
Remember, I saw a clip of Obama. And Obama spoke about if he would have released the National Guard on a city like Dallas and ignored Abbott's direction, there would have been an uproar from the right.
I mean, I will say that we don't want to say that this is a right-wing issue because I do think that people on both sides of the aisle are seeing that some of these things have gone too far. I think that people of all ideologies understand that this is supposed to be a free country.
Right.
It's not supposed to be authoritarian. And I do see that some people on the right are speaking out.
Like Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Marjorie Taylor Greene has spoken out about a lot lately. She speaks out, but people like Monica La Cruz don't speak out.
Our own person can't speak out.
Yeah, the problem with some of these people, and really most of them, is that all they care about is staying in office, staying in power. I don't know what benefits they receive from being in Congress. Maybe there's something really cool that I'm not aware of. But they don't want to leave. And they will do whatever it takes to stay there, even though it's completely immoral what they're doing, even though it's completely wrong what they're doing. And that really angers me.
Today's kind of short because we have to go to an event.
Yeah, we always have something, right?
Yes, we have to go and change and look nice and go to our event.
I mean, I think we already look nice.
We're in scrubs,
we could just go in scrubs. I mean, we look like Figs models right now.
Oh, okay, I won't go that far. But everybody, please keep the questions coming, 956-320-9073. And we appreciate you guys visiting the website.
Yeah, drqueadforcongress.com. Don't forget to donate.
Yes, thanks guys. Have a good
All
one.
right.